Tomorrow is going to be a big day for tens of millions of Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries. Let's get into it and discuss why. But really quickly, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I'm back for you each and every day, bringing you all the latest updates and discussing very important information so you can make sure that you're getting all of the money and benefits that you're eligible to receive during this time, as information is changing very rapidly, especially as these stimulus packages make their way through Congress. So thanks again for your support. Subscribe down below, and I promise you I'll continue to be here for you every single day. All right, tomorrow holds the key piece of data that we've been waiting for months and months and months. It is finally coming to us early tomorrow morning. We will have that key piece of data, and we can finally do some calculating and figure out how much these tens of millions of beneficiaries are going to start to get as a result of this piece of data. What is it, you say? Well, this is the release of the CPI. Wait, what? What does that stand for? Yes, it is standing for the Consumer Price Index. Now, that is the latest reading on inflation as a result of September. Now, the September inflation data is released tomorrow morning as a result of the CPI, and this is the final piece of the puzzle that we need in order to calculate the cost of living adjustment going into 2022 for these tens of millions of beneficiaries. Now, you might be wondering, why does it all come down to this? Because how they calculate the cost of living adjustment for the following year is they take the inflation data from July, August, and September, they throw it around in a hopper, spin it all around, and it comes out with a calculation. Now again, that is not exactly how they do it, but for metaphorical purposes and for to give you a little visual and something to think about, that's kind of how it works, right? They take these three pieces of inflation data, they put it together, and they come up with a calculation, and that is how they figure out the cost of living adjustment for the following year. That means in a matter of just days from now, we can anticipate that Social Security will be out with the official announcement telling us how much the official cost of living adjustment, otherwise known as the COLA raise, will be in 2022 for all of these tens of millions of beneficiaries. Now, in previous videos over the last couple months here, we've seen a variety of different predictions as far as what the cost of living adjustment will be in 2022. Remember that? Throughout the course of the entire year here in 2021, we've been seeing a variety of different numbers, including 4.7%, 5.1%, 6%, 6.1%, 6.2%, and I even saw a number way out at 7.2% a number of months ago that was saying, hey, based on inflation data right now, it could be looking like we're going to be looking at about a 7.2% raise. Now, according to the most recent inflation data, it looks like it's come down quite a bit from that 7.2% range. It looks like we're going to be sitting anywhere around 6%. It could oscillate a little bit around that 6%, but it looks like based on the most recent data, it looks like we're going to be somewhere right around 6%. Of course, it's going to fluctuate maybe a tenth of a percent or two from there, but it looks like we're coming in right around there. But it'll all come down to that final number that we get tomorrow. If the inflation data comes in high, of course, we can anticipate we're going to be sitting a little higher than that 6%. And of course, if it comes in a little bit lower, then we may need to adjust down into maybe the higher 5% range, 5.7, 5.9, something like that percent. But again, we won't know until we get that final data piece tomorrow. So this is going to be pretty exciting, right? We've been waiting for this. And again, later this month, we will be getting those final numbers out of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, where finally we'll get that Medicare Part B premium increase, which I know is not fun, but we've also got to throw that into the mix because that is something that'll ultimately impact the cost of living adjustment, right? But either way, this is going to be looking pretty good going forward as far as all of these tens of millions of beneficiaries who are looking for higher benefits, and ultimately, hopefully this year, we'll actually get a decent enough raise that'll offset other costs of living, and we can actually get something in our pockets at the end of the day, at the end of the month, rather than having it all disappear as a result of premium raises and other things like utility hikes and maybe raising of rents, things like this. We all know that there's a lot of other factors out there right now that ultimately do impact the cost of living. But either way, Hopefully, just hopefully, at the end of the month, there will actually be something left over where all of us can enjoy, right? So, yes, that final piece will be coming out tomorrow, and typically it's just a few days later that Social Security typically comes out and announces it. Maybe by the end of the week, I would think that's maybe a little bit soon, but probably early next week, Social Security will likely be out with that announcement talking about the cost of living adjustment. And don't worry, I'll be right here for you, bringing you that information as they release it. That'll be some good stuff. So, crossing our fingers that it's a good, healthy raise. Now remember, this will likely be the biggest raise that we've seen since probably the early 80s. Probably since about 1982 or 1983. So it's been a very long time, right? Almost 40 years ago was the last time we've seen a raise of this kind. So it may actually be pretty good. It might be a little bit promising here. But we'll have to see what all comes out of this. And then remember as well, we've got these COLA raises. Again, this will go into effect as of January 1st, right? 2022 is when these raises come into effect. And then, of course, you can always check on the Social Security website under My Social Security. I'm sure many of you probably have that. But shortly thereafter, you should be able to log into your My Social Security account, and you should be able to see some potential information there. Otherwise, in early December, you'll be getting that letter that everybody always gets from Social Security, right? It's the little square letter that has the tear-off sides. You know what I'm talking about, right? You get it every year. You tear off the sides. It's a long piece of paper. You open it up, and usually, I believe it's on the back. That's where it has the breakdown of all the numbers. It says, you'll be getting, your benefit will be, and it gives you a top-line number. And then it breaks down all of the deductions, the Medicare Part B, and anything else that you may have coming out of your payment. And then eventually it says something like, in January, or starting January, it's something like that. Starting in January, your new benefit will be, and then it gives you a bottom line number, and then it'll have all of your new benefits in there. So that usually comes out around early December time. Again, it fluctuates a little bit, but it's usually like the first week or so of December, you'll be getting that letter, which weirdly enough is only about 6 weeks from right now, 7 weeks from right now. Wow, right. This year went by really fast, right? I can't believe we're as far into the year as we already are. I just can't believe that next month already is Thanksgiving. That's so crazy to me. It's just like, I don't know where the year has gone. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I feel like the year just kind of disappeared really fast. I don't know. Super weird stuff. But anyway, I'll be watching that right away tomorrow morning. I'll be back for you tomorrow with all that latest information. But I wanted to come back, let you know that this is the final data piece that we've been waiting for as we get one little piece of the puzzle each and every month. Now tomorrow, we get the final piece of that puzzle where we get to plop it right in the middle of the puzzle and we get to see, hey, what does that picture look like? We've had the border and we've had a bunch of other pieces all throughout these months from now. But finally, we get the major piece that comes into play tomorrow, and we finally get to see, oh, it's a picture of a flower. Or is it a picture of a big crater in the ground that says, just kidding, we pretended it was a flower, but it's actually a big crater and it's not going to be fun for anybody. I don't know. But either way, hopefully it's a nice, pretty flower and everybody gets to have a fun time as a result. I don't know. Either way, I'll be here for you no matter what and bring you all that information. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Please remember, I'm here to help out in any way that I can. Leave your comments or questions down below. I'll do my best to answer them. I do read through as many comments as I possibly can each and every day. Obviously, I can't respond to all of them. I do my best, but of course, there are a lot of comments, and I do my best to answer them. But either way, if I see a comment or question coming up multiple different times over the course of a couple different days or many, many times on one specific video, I typically will make a dedicated video to answer that for you. So leave any comments or questions below. I'll do my best to answer them and or create a new dedicated video if it comes up a lot. So thanks again. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below. Go back and check out some of the other videos right here on the channel, and feel free to share them with your friends, family, and social media so we can continue to help out as many people as we can during this time. Enjoy your day. I'll catch you